morning. Everybody take a deep breath. I want you to get in state. I want you to grab a nice hot cup of something. And I want you to come at this lean in topic from your goal achieved. Okay. Because really, you come at it with your current level of awareness, you're probably not going to get out of it what you need to get out of it. Right? Because remember, your spirit is always for expansion. It's always looking for all the opportunities to grow. Okay? So no accident that you're here right now. None. No accident. You were here because you attracted this message in, and there's going to be something in it that you need in order to get where you want to go. Right? So, come at this message with your goal achieved. And today I want to talk about what it actually means to be in harmony. What does this actually mean to be in harmony with something, someone? Okay. For most of my life, I actively was seeking harmony in my life. Okay, and this is like a quest that probably the majority of human beings on this very small planet are trying to do as well. I can't be alone. Right? Where you start asking yourself, like, what's the meaning of life? Like, what is life? When is life actually worthy of being lived? And how do you actually find peace in your mind, peace of mind? And I would say in the past, particularly the last few years, I've gained some pretty critical life insights and some answers to these questions, right? Because I allow my awareness to grow daily. It's never complete, and it's never going to end. I'm not as aware today as I will be tomorrow, as I will be next week, as I will be next month, as I will be next year. Okay? And it's personal. And it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and that's okay. Okay? It doesn't solve some of the big problems in the world, right? My awareness isn't like solving global warming, terrorism, the millions of refugees. But by applying some of the rules and getting in harmony and actually learning what that means, I can guarantee you'll be more energized to contribute to these things. You're not just going to like run around with your checkoff list, checking off all the things all the time, but actually doing nothing. God, I remember like, man, if I wish I had like someone just recording me. I'm sure there is a recording out there of me just like going into action mode, but really like not doing anything. Okay. Is this you? Does that resonate with you? Like, what does it even mean? Okay. Peace is the highest form of happiness. And by being in harmony with yourself, you can actually welcome peace into your life. Okay, harmony is so deeply connected with that balance of your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay, so as long as we can remember that we've always been like striving for this overall arching picture, right? That state where we become really conscious of every detail of our inner and our outer world. Then we start to accept things as they are. And just then, Are we able to really embrace any of the new stuff coming in and not get totally thrown off by it? I remember when I was always trying to control every single outcome. Any other recovering control freaks here? When I was trying to control every outcome and then something didn't go the way that I wanted it to, or the way that I had thought it was going to go, or a circumstance came in, it would take me out. And I would go into reaction. And then this became the habitual way that I would react. I was just reacting all the time. I'd come home from work and I'd be like, oh, I was a firefighter today. I was just like putting out fires all over the place. Being a firefighter is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. Okay. But when you come from the place of like being in harmony, there's no more firefighting. Okay. From like a philosophical point of view, those who are perfect, right? We see them as perfect. There's no such thing. We see them as different as everyone else, right? Which makes we then view ourselves as imperfect. Because we're comparing, right? There's a lot of famous people in history who have dedicated their lives for this like desperate search for this utopia. They're just like trying to find this like perfect paradise. And then finally realizing that they're human, that they're mortal and powerless. And then they turn inwards, right? It is that alignment, that balance of your mind, your body, and your soul. Harmony is completely this other piece of it. It's happiness, completeness, fulfillment, satisfaction, acceptance, peace, awareness. You stop looking for happiness and completeness and fulfillment and satisfaction and acceptance outside of you. And you realize it's in you. It's always been in you. You stop trying to seek it from other people, from your job, from a title, from a degree that you do or don't have, from the amount that's in your bank account, from whatever the doctor said, right? You stop looking for it outside of you and realize that it's already in you. And it can be like you can't give what you don't have. Right? So if you're constantly go on your list of things to do is just basically a list of how to make everybody else happy, you are never going to be in harmony with that. Because unless you filled your own cup first, you don't have it in you to give to other people. It's not in you. It's not possible. But when you truly get in harmony with what you want and fill your own cup first, this is where the magic happens. Now, I want to plant some seeds for you, okay, so that you can gain a little bit of a different perspective on what harmony could mean for you, okay? The first thing is that harmony in disharmony can also mean harmony. Okay, harmony in your closest inner circle of family and friends, harmony in your business life and in building relationships with the people that you work with, finding balance in your mental and physical health, finding harmony in your physical and digital life. Okay, there's many balances that can be found all over the place that are demanding your attention. For me, I kept discovering that it took so much energy to try and get all of them in balance at any moment in time, right? Because just when I think I was like rocking it here, it'd be like, oh, over here. At any moment, it could change. And I kept thinking, if I could just figure all of this out, that's when I'll be happy. That's when I'll be well respected. That's when I'll find the meaning of my life. Okay, being a perfectionist has increased that challenge on all levels, on trying to meet this belief that's been created in our society as we know it today. Okay, and then you have all of these social networks that kind of like take this pressure and amplify it. Because we saw the person on Instagram, man, she looks like she's in harmony. Look at her all balanced. She's like, all of her kids are sitting there, nobody's making a mess. Everybody's smiling. Nobody's got stink eye. Everybody looks like they're healthy. That's just beautiful. Right? So, my conclusion here is that you can find harmony in disharmony and find peace of mind once you accept it. Is almost impossible to have it all put together all the time. Like, disconnect yourself from this perfection. Once you accept this, you will save yourself just so much energy. And you can use that energy to then gain strength and vitality and making you a better person. Okay, the heaviness of trying to find that balance is then replaced with this like lightness of accepting harmony in disharmony. Okay, we are all designed to become out of order, right? Like, I didn't wake up looking like this. For those that studied with me this morning, you know this to be true. I'm all, right? But then guess what? I go and I brush my teeth and I put order back to my mouth and I hop in the shower and I don't know, it might be hair wash day. I don't know, right? But I bring order back to myself. I bring order. And by tonight, I'm not going to look like this either. But then I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to rejuvenate myself. I'm going to find harmony in my disharmony. Okay, if we were meant to like look like Stedford wives all the time, then we'd wake up looking like Stedford wives. That's the way we would be made. But everything on this earth is meant to come out of order. Everything. It's autumn right now. The leaves are falling. They're not dying, but the leaves are falling. And nature's taking its course. We can find harmony in the disharmony. Because really, is that disharmony? I don't know. The next thing I want you guys to think of is that work is life and life is work. Now, this could be, if you let this really sink in, this could be a huge aha moment for you. There is no such thing, really, as work-life balance. When you really think about it, if you're living on purpose, right? So this perceived work balance gives us the impression that you only live outside of work and that you stop living once you're at work. Right? I feel at peace with my life during my work. I need to. It's a crucial aspect, or else my work is going to suck. Okay, so work has to be life. And it's not just this strict work-life balance that defines satisfaction. What does this look like for you? I used to always think, oh, yeah, I can just like turn it off. I can just turn it off when I go to work, turn it back on after. I can tell you 100%, like even before I had kids, I didn't stop thinking about Dave and what was going on with him or my parents or my siblings just because I was at work from 8 till 4. That definitely didn't happen once I had kids. I'm thinking about them right now, but it's me thinking about the people that bring joy to my life that makes my work that much richer. Right? So when we think, oh, I gotta, right? I'm telling you, this is the importance of living on purpose. As humans, we think we are that work, that we were made for work. Like there's so much crap that needs to be done on earth. That's why humans were made. We're made to do it. No, work was made for us because as humans, we are here to serve each other. But you're not meant to just like, as humans, we created the 40-hour work week. We created the fact that we like turn it on from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. We created this. That's not how it's always been since the beginning of time. And for the last 50 years or so, we've been feeling that, right? It was because, since the war, and then women, had to start working and out of the home, and right? Did that mean that men didn't want to be with their kids? Right? Like before? No, it didn't. We are always looking for this balance, but what if you just gave yourself permission to work on purpose, to find what your purpose is, to do work in that area? Half the time I'm teaching you guys or something, or like I'm studying in the morning, and I have a kid on my lap while I'm doing it. And that's okay. Because I love that they get to see me in my element. And I hope that if they learn anything, that's all. I don't care if they don't go to university. I don't care I don't care. My only hope for them in this whole next generation is that they do work that brings them joy, that they feel awesome about, that they're energized at the end of the day versus feeling depleted. That's my only hope for this next generation, because it's kind of been a shit show up until now. Let's not kid ourselves. How many people do you know doing work right now that they're like just working to retire? And they think that that's going to be the be all end all. That's not why we're here. Okay? Give yourself permission to be in harmony with that belief. The next thing I want you guys to think about is the importance of not living someone else's life. Okay? Life is too short. It's not always going to be rainbows and unicorns. It's not always going to be what you expect at every moment of every day of your life. But you have a very, very short time on this planet. Very short time. I suggest that you use it well. 100 years isn't that long. Don't let other people in this society determine what you need to do. how you need to live, who you need to be. You need to know where you're going. You need to know your destination. And the people that can't handle that will fizzle out. They are not in harmony with you. And that's okay. There's reasons and seasons for everything, for people, for lots of different things in our lives, jobs, relationships. You learn from them, you grow from them, you move on, but you're always moving the direction that you choose. Again, if we can teach our next generation anything, it's that they get to make their own life. Nobody gets to decide. And then with any luck at all, we will get out of this blame game, right? Where we're constantly putting responsibility on everybody else, right? Like, oh, it's my boss's fault. It's the company I work for, it's their fault. Oh, it's the government's fault. Oh, it's the bank's fault. Oh, it's not. The beginning and ending of all of our issues is us. But we are not here for very long. Every day counts. Every day. You have to stay true to who you are and do not sacrifice who you are for anyone. These are the people that I gravitate to. These are the people that I attract in. I have zero tolerance for yes men and people that are like catering to other people. I love people not for what they do, but for who they are. Okay? I love William Henley. He said, be the master of your fate, be the captain of your soul. That was over 100 years ago he said that. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And if you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Follow your heart, your intuition. That is a quote by Steve Jobs. Again, a guy that kind of knew what he was talking about. The only way to do great work is to love what you do and to let it represent all parts of you. I'm not here to hide with you guys. Recovering perfectionist, mom, wife, business owner. Committed to growth and awareness every single day. Right? Just be who you are. And you can make all parts of your life blend together. They do not have to be separate. Okay, next, follow this pattern. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay, always be a constant learner. Never stop learning. Start doing some reverse mentoring. Right? When you look at these new generations, the millennials, the Gen Zs, okay, like open your mind and be receptive to new things. And keep being receptive. Because everybody's doing the best they can with their current level of awareness. But if we keep making the same decisions over and over and expecting different results, it's not going to happen. Okay, commit to growing your awareness. Doesn't mean that someone says something that you have to adopt it as your truth. You get to still decide how you're going to do things. But if you don't commit to learning, unlearning old habits, and relearning new habits, again, we can blame lots of things, but it's only in us. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s learn how to rock an iPhone. That would have taken some learning. They didn't have those when they were growing up. but they opened their mind to it. They were receptive. They became in harmony with it. And everything you do, do it with passion. Okay? Work has to be what makes you just keep your engines going. It has to be an expression. Okay? As humans, we are meant to express, not suppress. This is where you get things like anxiety and depression, is when we are suppressing. But when you are vibrating high, when you are coming from that space of knowledge and awareness and faith and just knowing that the universe has your back and moving towards something, you can't suppress that if you tried. You can't help but express it. People come up to you and say, how you doing? You're like, oh my God, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. So good. Okay, but you have to invest in life so that you get the return on those investments for whatever you do. And always try to do it with passion, following your heart wherever possible. Listening to your higher self and taking action from that space. And when you do that, you will find your sparkle. Okay. And this is where, when you are doing things on purpose, when you have found your passion, you can't help but sparkle while you're doing it. Right? When you meet new people, you'll be like a moth to a flame, right? Like the people, things, tools, resources, all the energy, money is energy, right? All of it just attracting in. Without it, you're just living life. Nothing more, nothing less. And your paradigm just snuck in and said, can't you just be happy with what you have? Just be grateful for what you have. You still have more than most. You do, but do you have everything you want? Because everybody can have everything they want. We live in an abundant universe. Anything less is your paradigm speaking. It's just your habitual thinking. Find your purpose and you will find your sparkle. You can absolutely reinvent yourself. There's lots of instances in life where people have come from nothing and created huge, amazing things. Okay, like this life, it's not a rehearsal. It's not like dress rehearsal for the real show. You to show up every single day on purpose, moving towards something. Intentionally being in harmony with the things that you're attracting in. You will not attract in anything that you are not in harmony with. But if you're attracting in devastation after health issue, after poverty, after whatever, these are things that you're in harmony with. If you don't want to be in harmony with those things, then you need to grow your awareness. That's it. The only thing that needs to change is your thinking. No more excuses. It's your time now to have physical health and mental health and an abundant relationships and an abundant bank account and work that you love and right and you get to have it all. It's not one or the other. And again, we think that we are just going to only be in harmony with these little pieces, with these small chunks. But you get to be in harmony with it all and at the same time. but you have to take action. Because you will be in harmony with whatever you are thinking, with whatever you surround yourself with. Which is why I am so grateful, again, to start my day off studying with the High Vibe Society, raising my vibration, writing my goal down, knowing where I'm going, showing up on purpose, and just serving. And it can be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. Again, if you think it's going to be complicated, that's just your paradigm. That's just your habitual way of thinking. There were some things in your life that were hard, so you just think everything has to be hard. That's not the truth. It gets to be really, really easy. Cool, right? So I encourage you, please, please, please know what you want and take action to get in harmony with that. And if you're going, I don't even know where to start, message me. I'll help you. I'll help you find out where to start. And again, it could be easy. Deal? Deal. You guys are amazing.